Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a financial weekly spread for all of my Taurus out there for the week of March 22nd to the 28th. Alright, so let's get after it. Okay. You guys are doing okay. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Some cards I need to see. What is the financial state of my Tauruses during the week of March 22nd to the 28th? What is the financial state of my Tauruses during the week of March 22nd to the 28th? Show me the cards that I need to see. Here we go. Okay, alrighty. Whew, okay, not as bad, not as bad. So, we have the Knight of Wands. So that means you are, first off, you're moving very rapidly towards your passions to have your wishes fulfilled. So financially, some of you are still able to kind of move towards your passions. You're moving towards having your wishes fulfilled here with the Nine of Cups energy here. So you're rapidly approaching your passions. You're still trying to stay positive. You're staying balanced. You're staying focused, and you do realize that there's definitely a choice. There's definitely choices that need to be made here, as far as financial options go. Now you're looking towards, got the King of Wands here, and you're looking at the big picture here. You're looking at the big picture here. You're looking at the macro, not the micro. Now I know if anyone watches any degree of news for a prolonged period of time, you kind of start losing it a little bit, and that's understandable. And that's why I'm suggesting that, and I said this in some of our other previous videos, but I also want to make sure that you really adhere to this. Listen, stay informed. Absolutely stay informed. But also be aware that we're on a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week news cycle all the time. And if you watch that shit on a constant basis, a diet of just constant television watching about how bad and crazy things are, that will literally drive you fucking crazy. Okay? So don't do it. Okay? Just stay informed, but just don't, just kind of get absorbed into this negativity. Now, it's nice to see that a Taurus, you're kind of keeping things moving. You're still trying to think about moving towards your passions, okay? You do realize that there is a definite choice here, and you're looking at the macro instead of the micro. You're thinking, okay, once this thing is over, how am I going to pick up the pieces of my life? And you're kind of ready to do that, at least during this week. Now, let's see if you can maintain that momentum, that positivity throughout. But right now, you're like, hey, listen, things are kind of crazy. But afterwards, you're thinking in terms of long terms that you're going to get things moving. You're going to get things moving in a real positive way, very carefully, very not careful, very rapidly, rather carefully but rapidly. Okay, and we have the Five of Swords here. So there is this feeling, if you should kind of just, the mindset here, should I stay and fight? Or should I just kind of walk away from the situation, okay? As far as the mindset goes, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to tell you, hey, listen, it's great that you're talking about all of this stuff after it's over and after it's done, but you need to be focused in on the now. And I agree with that. You definitely need to be focused in on the now. But thinking about the future after this is over is a two-pronged process. It has two positive aspects to it. One here is it keeps you thinking in terms of positivity towards when things get better. You got something to kind of look forward to moving forward. Okay, so it works in terms of that. Also, when this thing is over, it also you kind of hit the ground running. So it's a two-pronged process. It keeps your mind in the future. I know I always say stay grounded, live in the now, but in this particular case, I'm going to make an exception, okay? So Of course, stay focused in the now, but also think for the future. And that's exactly what Taurus is doing. Taurus is going to be ready to hit the ground running. Now, in addition, we got the Judgment card, which means that you are going to be looking to reunite with someone from your past, quite possibly on this journey, to reconnect with someone from your past to possibly help you form a partnership or something, or maybe kind of move in the direction they're going into. So there's definitely going to be a reunification of someone from your past, where you guys are gonna like really put your minds together to kind of move forward in terms of finances. Now, at least kick some ideas around. There's a lot of soul searching and self-reflecting that you're doing. So you're doing a lot of the internal work that you have to do to keep yourself grounded and keep yourself calm. And finally here, we have the Page of Pentacles. And this really comes down to really focusing in. What you're doing, you're really focusing in and paying attention to your pentacles. You're being very careful with where you spend your money, okay, at this particular time. So you're being very careful, very focused about where you spend your pentacles, how you can make more pentacles. So your mind is really focused in, on exactly how you're going to proceed in the future. So that's a really good place to be mindset-wise anyway. Okay, so with that being said, let's see what kind of strengths are you dealing with, my Taurus? What kind of strengths are my Taurus dealing with? What kind of strengths are my Taurus dealing with? What kind of strengths are my Taurus going to be dealing with during the week of the 22nd into the 28th? Okay, here we go. So, your strengths. Queen of Pentacles. Taking really good care. You're really down to earth and grounded as far as your pentacles go. Okay? You're using your intuition to help you navigate, to look for, you're really using your intuition to kind of help you strategize. Okay, so this is where things are going now, where things going to be in the future, in terms of stocks and things like that, if you have any stocks or something like that. So you're really trying to look in terms of, okay, where financially am I going to be able to navigate, to kind of keep me afloat until this thing subsides, okay? Also, we have the Eight of Wands here, which means there's a lot of energy and a lot of energy being put into it, maybe in terms of the internet as far as finances go. You're putting a lot of energy and thought and the thought process into that. You're doing it with a very clear mind as well. Very clear, okay? You've been able thus far to have a complete removage of mental blockage. You have a very clear objective that you're trying to achieve. You've been able to keep yourself above the fray, okay, above all of the negativity. You're keeping yourself up here with it. Now, with that being said, we also got the Two of Pentacles. So you're able to you're able to juggle, at least for now, and that's positive, okay. But at least for now, you're able to kind of balance out what's going on, and you're able to hedge that with the future, look forward toward the future. So you're living in the now, but you're also living in the future. So you got one foot here and one foot in the future. Like I said, your intention at least is to hit the ground running. As soon as this thing subsides, you want to hit the ground running, be the first out the gate as far as the finances go. Now, also, we're talking about Four of Swords here. So again, I said that you've done some internal work that you needed to do on yourself, but also externally. So people around you, you're trying to, keep them positive as well. You're trying to get them to really calm down, focus, and relax as well, and relax and put things in perspective as well. Finally, here we got the Four of Pentacles. So you definitely want to hold on to this mindset. And rather, if whether you're dealing with stocks, you have other financial ideas, you're dealing with something in the internet presently that's not being as affected, your mindset is, I'm going to hold on for a sure success. So really, your mindset and your focus is key here. All right, so that's good. So with that being said, let's see what the weaknesses are of this situation now. Um, as I previously said, you normally, when it comes to weaknesses, I just give it to you straight, okay? Because that's the type of reader that I am. I give it to you straight. But in this particular case, under the circumstances, I'm still going to give it to you straight, but I'm not gonna give it to you raw, okay? Because I just feel as though that I want to be the arbiter of positivity as much as I can, all right? Especially during these times. So, with that being said, what are the weaknesses of this particular financial situation during the week of March 22nd to the 28th? What are the particular weaknesses of this particular situation during the week of March 22nd to the 28th? Show me cards you need to see. Cards that I need to see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Ace of Cups here. The cup is not going to overflow with. Okay, with even though you have a very positive outlook on things, your cup is not going to overflow with that type of opportunity that you're looking for. Especially in terms of where you're sending your energy, especially the internet-based situation here. I know you're putting a lot of positive energy in that direction, but in this particular situation, it's going to be more of a cup half full. Okay, so again, you're not going to be as it's not going to be as rosy as you think it's going to be. Okay, you got to keep again in terms of expectations, but you're still doing a lot better than most, especially mentally and emotionally. Okay, so and also you're not going to be able to be as generous and courteous as you usually are. Because of the financial situation. Because this is a financial spread here. Okay, I just want you guys to be aware of that here. Also, we have the Queen of Swords here. Now, usually you tell it like it is. You're kind of very logical and methodical about it. You're going to be very mindful of the spaces that you're in and people's different financial situations. So you're not going to be as hardcore and straight to the point as you usually are. You're going to be a little bit more. You're not going to be able to be as hardcore as you usually are when it comes to your point of view. Okay, because you are mindful of the situation. Okay. Also, we got the Seven of Cups here. The illusion of choices, and they are the illusion of choices. There aren't as many choices here as you think there are. Okay. Also, as far as terms of the World card goes, as far as things coming full circle, as far as it being able to invest abroad and have a lot of different ideas about different aspects about different financial markets around the world, so forth, so on. Right now, this is a situation in which the world is somewhat on fire here for all intents and purposes. Okay, so especially in terms of the World card, mostly it means like foreign travel, things of that nature. Obviously, you're not going to be able to explore the financial opportunities outside of the country, and in this case, we're talking about maybe even a little bit of a tighter net. There are certain places, not even just outside the country, we're talking about even outside the state. There may be some issues as far as being able to explore different financial opportunities here for obvious reasons. And therefore, your ability, King of Wands, to kind of think about the macro, the big picture, you're going to have to kind of reduce that a bit and start thinking more regional, most circumstances even like local. Okay, As far as opportunities go and things of that nature. So things that, your circle is very much gotten a light tighter as far as financial opportunities go. So you're going to have to really make moves as far as doing things, only thinking in terms of things locally. Okay, so that's where you are at. So with that being said, let me see what additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down. What additional information the Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down? Okay. Okay, so Spirit's saying you're gonna be stretched thin. Things are really gonna be stretched to their capacity. Okay, you're gonna really be, you're gonna be stretched to your limit. All right. Stay resolute, stay positive, but also be aware you're going to be stretched kind of thin. Your finances are going to be stretched kind of thin in order to be able, you're not going to be able to do everything you want to do. Your finances, even though you're in a positive mindset, things are going to be stretched to their capacity here. However, repetition. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it the way that you're doing it. Okay? Which is staying focused and positive on the future. Not getting too caught up in the now. Be aware, be grounded, aware of now, but hanging your head towards the future is what's gonna help you not to be in this depressive cyclical state. Okay, as a lot of people are going to be, and also consistency. Also, just be consistent with your words, your deeds, your actions, your thoughts. Just be consistent and you're going to be fine. So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. I am not going to ask for you guys to get a personal reading on this particular financial spread at least for a while. The love readings, you still do that, but for this, no. And the reason why it's a good reason for that is because I did some financial spreads over the past week and a half or so that I've been going from here. Make sure my family, friends, and things were in good spirits and things like that. And I'm gonna tell you, some of the negative energy, understandably, but some of the negative energy that was coming off of the cards, it got me somewhat physically sick. To the point that, of course, I didn't have anything or anything like that other than like a regular type of cold or flu or whatever. But what I realized is I kind of exposed myself to other people's negative, energy and stuff like that. And I protected myself, but apparently I didn't protect myself good enough. So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that because I gotta keep myself healthy too. So just putting it out there. So with this particular financial aspects, especially because some people, it's kind of like for them literally it is the end of the world because there's no end to this thing in sight really. So at least for now. So the despair is very heavy and very deep. All right. So I'm just putting that out there so you guys understand why I'm not doing personal readings on issues of finance at this time. All right. So with that being said, I see you guys next time. If you haven't already, please like, please share, and please, please, please subscribe. I love you guys. My name is Adonis, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.